If you've been keeping up with the Washington, D.C. news recently, you're aware of the battle Congress is having to enact a compromise infrastructure plan. America has succumbed to inflation, as well as severe climate change, public outrage, systemic failure, and many other things. But why has such a great nation turned out to be an utter failure? What is wrong with America? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In this essential episode, we're going to discuss why America's infrastructure is failing. There's also going to be a little bonus discussion at the end for you, so stick around with us till the end. Chime that bell icon to stay updated with our work, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Without any further ado, let's start rolling. Last year, the Senate voted to take up a $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill to allocate about $550 billion for a wide range of projects, including everything from replacing lead water pipes and repairing roads and bridges to creating a nationwide network of electric car charging stations and giving Americans without its access to broadband internet. Before it becomes law, Biden's infrastructure agreement still has a long way to go, but it creates the conditions for his first significant bill to be approved by both parties. Infrastructure week has started to be used as a euphemism for ineffectiveness. It consists of highways, tunnels, rail lines, dams, structures, and systems for supplying electricity and water. As per Joseph Schofer, if you don't have the infrastructure, you'd be sitting in a field hoping it would rain. How is the infrastructure in America? The United States infrastructure is not atrocious by global standards. The United States ranked 13th out of 141 countries in terms of overall infrastructure, according to the Global Competitiveness Record of 2019, a scorecard published by the World Economic Forum. Despite this, the country received perfect scores in 100 of several areas, including road connectivity, access to electricity, and the safety of its drinking water. A 5.5 out of 7 was given for its road quality. It ought to be better, though. According to the same survey, which evaluates the elements that influence productivity and long-term economic growth every year, the United States is second only to Singapore when all things are taken into account. For many years, people have been grumbling about how bad the infrastructure is. The early 1980s saw the publication of the book America in Ruins, which forewarned of the decline in public works investment and the rapid deterioration of the country's public infrastructure. According to a New York Times account of his testimony, one of its co-authors, Pat Coati, warned Congress that New York City was losing 100 million gallons of water every day due to deteriorating water lines, and that 1 out of every 5 U.S. bridges require either a major overhaul or a complete reconstruction. The grade reports haven't changed much since then. The U.S. receives a grade of a C- from the American Society of Civil Engineers for its infrastructure. 43% of roads and highways are in poor or mediocre condition. Every day, enough water is lost from the drinking water systems to fill more than 9,000 swimming pools. Why has America turned out this way? There's several reasons why America's infrastructure isn't as good as it could be. The first is simply that roads, bridges, and other infrastructures are made to last a certain amount of time before their parts begin to wear out. According to him, building anything costs more the longer you plan for it to last, so there's trade-off. Consider the nation's interstate highway system's bridges, whose construction began more than 60 years ago under the Dwight D. Eisenhower administration. So, according to Lamana, several of the bridges are getting close to the end of their life. In certain circumstances, we're past it. In the United States, a large portion of infrastructure is managed by the public sector, and taxpayers pay for its upkeep. However, there is a strong disincentive for governments to invest money in upkeep and improvements to current infrastructure. Schofer claims, "I can't see the water and sewer pipes, but I need them." The issue is that the infrastructure assets begin to age if maintenance and restoration investments are put off for an extended period. What options are there for improving the infrastructure in America, though? Ideas for enhancing American infrastructure, increasing the number of infrastructure assets under the control of the P3s, or public-private partnerships, is one way. An infrastructure asset will be financed, built, and maintained over the long term by a private enterprise. More engineers in the administration argue Lamana would be fantastic. There are just 8 engineers in the House of Representatives and 1 in the Senate, compared to 144 House members and 50 senators, according to a Congressional Research Service study from 2021. So, what's your perception regarding America's current infrastructure? Are you optimistic about it? feel free to let us know your opinion in the comment section. And if you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to our channel to continue this grand old adventure with us. And yeah, thanks for being here until the end of the video. Guess we'll see you in the next one, right? Later.